All right, now we doing Taurus North Node. Just the Aries North Node. Now we doing Taurus North Node. All right, so I explained last video. The North Node is a point of the moon. The moon is your subconscious mind, right? The universal mother, the mother, the mama, the matter, right? The universal matter. What matters, right? Your emotional matters and physical matters, right? Which is the subconscious mind. The reaction, the emotional matters, and the physical matters, the physical responses, the physical body, right? That's the subconscious. Now, when you talk about a point of the moon, and it's the north point of the moon, the north point of the moon, or the north point of the subconscious mind, this is the point of the subconscious mind that means you're going up, you're progressing. You get feelings of progression, you get reactions of progression, right? You get reactions of going north, just like the North Star, the North Pole, whatever the case may be. Now, with the south node of the moon, the south point of the subconscious mind, you get reactions or feelings or responses of going down, right? Going left. I don't know why I said going left, but it correlates. It just means going backwards, right? So you feel like you're going backwards. You feel like you're stagnating. You feel like you're not going nowhere. You feel stuck, right? The more you react to the south node, because the south node is a reaction, the north node is a reaction, right? Now, what you want to do is if you have Taurus North Node, let's say you have Taurus North Node in the first house, right? Let's first of all let's break it down. Taurus North Node mean you're going towards stability, being stable, making sense. All right, having things, accumulating things, having values, having material things in your possession, right? And Scorpio South Node, because that means you have a Scorpio South Node. That means you're coming away from just feeling emotionally secure. Feeling emotionally secure through your desires and other people's desires. Sharing desires, being about your desires, being about other people's desires. Always trying to look for secret things or of hidden agendas. Always trying to see through people's hidden intentions, hidden motives, even if there's no hidden motives there, right? Maybe holding grudges, right? Having secrecy, maybe being about sex too much, right? There's a lot of things to it. Now, if you got North Node and Taurus in the first house, right? The first house is your persona, your personality, how you come off to people, how you come off to people around you, people that's not around you, right? So if you have North Node in the first house in Taurus, right? Your persona, how you come off, will be that you make sense, will be that you have some common sense, will be that you have what you can see, smell, taste, touch, and hear within your logic, right? That you come off as you're only gonna take risk or opportunities that you can see, smell, taste, touch, and hear. I mean that's present, right? That means you make sense, right? And you come off as if you have things. You come off as if you care about what you have, right? Your possessions. You know what I'm saying? You come off as if you accumulate. You like to accumulate material things. You come off as you care about family, right? The family you have, the resources you have. So this is what your North Node in the first house is, right? So you want to react more towards that. You want to develop your persona on what you have. You want to accumulate more material things so you can have that self-image or self-identity or persona and come off more in that way of somebody who have things, who have material things, who makes a lot of sense, who's very practical, who's has a lot of common sense, who likes to build on foundation and build on things that's already started, right? Because Taurus is fixed Earth, right? And Capricorn, I'm not talking about Capricorn, but Capricorn is cardinal Earth. So Taurus like to build on what's already started, like physical things, material projects that's already happened, already started, which likely a Capricorn probably started it, right? But Taurus like to take that and become the staple, become the foundation, become the main one building on something. You know what I'm saying? So that's Taurus. So you want to do that within your persona. You're reacting towards your own persona, personality, and identity, like who you are, who people see you as, your self-image, right? You wanna build on that. You want to accumulate more things so you can have more of an identity for yourself. So you can identify yourself so people can identify you as somebody distinct, as somebody as their own person who's unique, creative, right? Now, your south node would be in the seventh house, which is partnerships. So your lower reactions or lower point of your subconscious mind, your lower feelings, your lower vibrations would be Scorpio, which is your deep emotions, deep passions, deep emotional securities. When it comes to partnerships, right? Reacting towards the emotions that you share with your partners, right? The deep emotions you share with partners that you've created, right? Doesn't matter if it's romantic or business wise, doesn't matter. You probably always had a partner. You probably stay with a partner. You probably stay partnered up with anything you do when it comes to your desires, and that's your self know. That's what you're coming away from. That's what you got to react less towards, right? That's what you did as a kid. You want to react more towards being about your own identity, having your own identity when it comes to accumulating what you have, having things making sense, building on things. Hopefully, I'm not even hopefully. I feel like that makes sense to y'all. You know, that should make sense to y'all since I have, me personally, I have Taurus in the eighth house, which is my south node. So right now I'm spending eighth house stuff, astrology and stuff like that. It's something I master. Well, it's something that comes easy to me, you know. And since it's Taurus, it makes sense. So hopefully this makes sense to you if you're a Taurus North Node. Now, because I'm a Taurus South Node. But anyway, Taurus North Node. Taurus North Node in the second house. It loves to be in the second house because it's home in the second house. Taurus is in the second house where it likes to accumulate what it has. Right? Remember, Taurus is about having things, having material things, making sense, having common sense, being practical, building on things that's already happened, already there. All they got to do is build on it and building on foundation. Now, if you got Taurus North Node in the second house, right? Your higher reactions, higher progressional feelings is going to be when it comes to your own resources, reacting to your own resources when it comes to material things that you have, right? Um, Having common sense. I'm gonna repeat it again. Building on your common sense, mean building on plans, planning things for the long term. That's Taurus, you know. Um, uh, uh, it could be a stop. You just having things like having your own things. It could be a stopwatch that you really like. It could be accumulating cars that you like. It could be accumulating video games that you like. It could be accumulating anything, but you need to accumulate some stuff. You gotta accumulate some stuff. Hold on to things. That's Taurus. It likes to hold on to everything. Don't like to throw away nothing. But that's Taurus. You know what I mean? So hold on to things. Stop just getting rid of things. That's Scorpio, you know? Scorpio just like what it needs. It just needs what it needs. It don't need to hold on to anything. But anyway, you want to react more towards that, which is accumulating material things within your possessions and resources, and resources that you have, meaning assets that you have, meaning things that can generate money or making money, you know. But assets is usually things that can generate money. So you're probably gonna have some material things that can generate money for you. You know, maybe you might have some tools if you're an engineer or something, you know, that could help you generate money. Maybe you might have a recording studio if you're a musician that can help you generate money. Maybe you might have, you know, what you're going towards, accumulating things that can have you within your assets. Apologize about that. Hold on. All right, now Taurus North Node. Let me go back to the South Node. All right, so South Node Scorpio. If you got Taurus North Node in the second house, you got South Node Scorpio in the eighth house. So your lower reactions is your deep emotions, deep emotional securities when it's sharing your desires and being about desires within your partnerships. Hold on, give me 1 second now. Give me 1 second. All right, so yeah, talking about Taurus in the second house, North Node Taurus in the second house, South Node Scorpio in the seventh house, no, eighth house, right? So yeah, I was speaking about how North Node Taurus in the second house Your higher reactions is going to be geared towards accumulating material things that for what you have within your resources, within your assets, accumulating assets, right? So you can use your south node, your lower reactions, which you feel like going backwards or what stagnates you is when you're reacting towards too much of your deep emotions and deep feelings, deep reactions, desires when it comes to other people's resources, which is eighth house, or sharing resources, right? When it comes to maybe occult knowledge like this, astrology, or hidden knowledge, when you get too much into that, you start to feel stagnated, you start to feel like you're not progressing, right? So, holding grudges, being secret, um, looking at people's hidden motives, right? Hidden drives, um, when you react too much deep into that, right? Sharing your resources with other people versus accumulating your own material things for yourself. You know what I mean? Um, that's what stagnates you. So you in this life, you gotta accumulate your own stuff instead of sharing everything with a partner. You know, and being deeply intimate with a partner, you gotta work on uh, accumulating your own things through your own effort. You know, now if you have Taurus in the third house, North Node, right? Your North Node and Taurus is gonna be geared towards you reacting to accumulating things for yourself when it comes to your surroundings, your neighborhood, your local area, right? So it could be your hood, it could be just your neighborhood. Maybe you feel like you don't live in the hood, maybe you feel like you live in a neighborhood, whatever it is. It could be in school, within school, so it could be the people, right? You have connections within your neighborhood, right? To where you can accumulate your own things. You can gather your own material things, you know, and you could be stable for that. You could be stable within your neighborhood. You could build stability from that, right? Versus you, which is your south node, you being about your deep emotions and reactions when it comes to traveling long distances, maybe going a far away, like different countries, different states, right? And it's gonna be you sharing your desires. Since the Scorpio, you're gonna be sharing your desires with other people or with a partner. So you're probably gonna try to merge your resources with somebody else when it comes to long distances. Somebody who's far away, somebody who's in another country, another state. And you probably always been doing that your whole life. You've been doing that as a kid. Now you gotta go towards getting your own material things when it comes to your neighborhood, your area, right? Being stable in your neighborhood. That's what you gotta react more towards. Now, if you have North Node in the fourth house, you gotta react more towards stability and having your own things within your own home, within your own home, within your own family, in your own home, right? Versus you reacting towards sharing resources and merging what you have with another person when it comes to your career or what you're contributing to this world or what you're contributing to the planet or to everybody else, right? What you're known for, the contribution you're known for, your reputation, your status, right? Your career, you know. So you gotta react less towards that, which is merging your resources with another, sharing your desires or emotions or passions with another when it comes to your career and status, reputation, or being or contributing something, right? And you want to react more towards having a foundation, building stability, building on what you have, material things that you have within your own home, right? So that could just be accumulating things for your house or getting a house or getting a car, whatever that could be. You know what I mean? So that could just be getting your own family and being stable for your family. Now, if you have North Node Taurus in the fifth house, right, you want to react more towards creativity, but building a stability, a foundation, building material things for the creativity. You know what I mean? If you do music, you want to get music equipment. If you do engineer, you want to get engineering equipment. If you do dancing, let's say you're a dancer, you want to get a place where you could dance at. You want to get material things that's going to help you be creative, right? So that's what you want to do. You want to make sense out of your creativity too, right? So you want to plan for the long run, right? With your creativity. That's what you got to react more towards. And what you got to react less towards is your emotions, like sharing your emotions with other people when it comes to the opposite, which is the 11th house, which is in a group, in a collective, in a group of people or social circle or a group of coworkers, a group of people who have the same goal, right? You're used to reacting towards sharing your emotions, passions, or bonding or things with somebody in that group, with somebody in a group, or with a group. So that's what you're used to, sharing your passions with a group. Now you got to be about your own creativity and building stability within your own creativity. Right now, North Node in the sixth house, Taurus. North Node in the sixth house. Oh, let me go back a little bit. Fifth house, building stability in what you have, material things within your own creativity. Could be music, stitching clothes, having fun, playing manhunt, playing video games. It could be anything. Having sex, just having fun sex. It could be anything. Right? So make sure you understand that. And that's what you want to build stability on. And that's what you want to accumulate things for. Now, if you have North Node in the sixth house, Taurus, right? Now you want to have a daily routine for some type of thing that you service, for a company or something that you service. You want to have material things for that daily routine. You want to make a daily routine out of the material things you have, or using the material things that you have. You know what I mean? For something that you service. It could be a company, it could be a person, it could be anything. Right? It could be helping the sick, like nursing, you know. It could be anything. Being a doctor, it could be anything. But you want to accumulate material things for that. For serving something or somebody on a daily basis, daily routine, daily schedule. Now, you want to come away from 12th house, which is being alone in solitude, probably in your room, maybe being in jail, maybe um always contributing to other people selflessly, you know. Um but you want to come away from your deep emotions, your deep desires and passions when it comes to that. When it comes to you helping other people selflessly, right? And losing things for yourself, right? You always imagining what's wrong or what the world is ignoring, the people the world is ignoring, like people who's sick, people who's in need, people who need help. It could be homeless, it could be kids who starving, it could be anybody, but people who need help. Since you have Scorpio South Node there, you're used to sharing your desires with them. Sharing your desires with people who's in need. You know what I'm saying? People who you need to help selflessly. I mean, you don't gain nothing out of it, right? So you want to react less towards that. You want to go towards servicing a company or something, or something. I don't gotta be a company, just something on a daily basis, and accumulating material things out of it, building stability. All right, now say if you have North Node in the seventh house. Hold on. All right, so yeah, I was talking about North Node in the seventh house, right? South Node in the first house, right? So now, if you have North Node Taurus in the seventh house, right? You want to react towards your higher reactions is geared towards being stable, having things, accumulating things within your partnerships, within your relationships, right? Within your one-to-one relationships. So that's what you do. You like to be stable and accumulate what you have for a partner, right? For a relationship, for a business partnership, friendship, whatever it is, right? That's what you're reacting towards. That's what you're obsessed with, right? That's what your higher reaction geared towards. What makes you feel like you're progressing? What makes you feel like you're stagnating is when you are having your own identity when it comes to your own desires and merging your own emotions, merging your own resources with somebody else when it comes to your identity, when it comes to your persona, right? So within your persona and how you come off to people, you're always appearing like you're about your desires, or appearing like you want to merge your 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 desires with someone else's. You want to merge your resources with someone else's, right? So that's how you come off. You come off secretive. You come off passionate. You come off deeply, like you have deep emotions, deep reactions. And you come off like you want to share your desires with someone. And that's your identity, right? And that's what you've been doing your whole life as a kid, right? You always had a great appearance, a great identity. That means you know how to impress people when it comes to your identity. And when it comes to being about your desires, or seeming like you're about your desires when it comes to your identity, right? So now, instead of doing that, now you want to react towards your real relationships and being stable for a partner, being stable for a relationship, having things for a relationship, having things for people, right? So that's what you want to react more towards, right? Now, I don't even feel like I'm done. All right, so let me talk more about it. North Node Taurus, seventh house, right? You wanna be practical, right? Um, you wanna build on what you have, and you wanna build on your family, right? Within a relationship and partner, or you wanna build on your resources within a partnership, right? So you have to react more towards that, right? Remember, reaction is the subconscious. So you got to react more towards that and less towards your own identity and appearance and persona and how you come off to people, right? When it comes to your own desire, when it comes to seeming like you're about your desires, or taking your desires personally, sharing your desires with other people, you know, um, you got to react less towards that. Now, North Node in the eighth house, Taurus, right, which is the opposite. I have Taurus in the eighth house, but that's my south node. Now you have North Node in the eighth house, Taurus, right? So basically, what I'm doing, which is astrology, occult knowledge, etc., right? This is my south node in the eighth house in Taurus, right? So you see how I make a lot of sense. I make a lot of practical, logical sense when it comes to occult knowledge and astrology, etc. This is my south node, so this is what I'm coming away from. This is not something I'm obsessed with. This is something I just give off naturally, right? Now, you on the other hand, this is something you're obsessed with. If you have Taurus in the south in the eighth house, right? This is your north node. This is something that you actually want to react towards. What I'm doing is something you actually really want to do. You really have to do it. And it don't even have to be astrology. It could be anything. It could be tarot card reading, doing numerology. It could be anything. Anything dealing. It could be you being a detective. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything uncovering hidden knowledge, hidden information, right? Hidden motives, right? Secret things. Um, you merging and sharing resources with people, or using other people's resources for your benefit, right? This is your north node. You want to build stability when it comes to using other people's resources for your benefit. You want to build on what you have, accumulate material things when it comes to that, right? This is what you want to react more towards. This is what's going to make you progress. Your south node would be Scorpio in the second house, which is your deep feelings, deep reactions when it comes to your own resources, and having your own assets, generating your own assets, your own wealth, right? You're tired of that. You've done that as a kid. You've done that in your younger days. You've done that, your whole life. You're tired of that. Now you want to go towards using other people's resources for your own benefit to gain material possessions for yourself, right? And for dump for the part for the whatever you have when it comes to merging with another. Like, let's say you share a bank account with somebody, or you just using somebody else's bank account, you know? So you want to react more towards building stability when it comes to that, having material things when it comes to that, right? Using other people's resources for your own material things, right? And you want to react less towards having deep emotions when it comes to your own resources, deep passions that you share with people when it comes to using your resources, right? Maybe just sharing your resources. Maybe you used to sharing your resources so much since a Scorpio there, right? You know, that now you want to react towards using somebody else's resources for your own benefit, right? But that's your North Node and South Node in the 8th house and 2nd house. Now, if you have North Node, and that's your North Node, Taurus in the 8th house, South Node Scorpio in the 2nd house. Now, if your North Node is in the 9th house, right, you want to react more towards traveling long distances, going far, 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 far away. It could be anywhere: Thailand, Japan, Jamaica, anywhere. It could be Venezuela, even though Venezuela messed up right now because the currency dropped. It could be anywhere: UK, right? It could be California, right? If that's far for you, right? As long as you want to react going towards them stable when it could traveling. So traveling to long foreign places, you want to be stable. You want to accumulate material things for that journey, and you want to be you want to have things, have your own family when it comes to traveling. You know, having your own resources and traveling. Now having your own material things that you use when it comes to traveling. And when it comes to teaching, right? You probably want to teach some type of higher knowledge and build some stability off of it, make it make sense, right? Some type of higher knowledge, religion, or way of life, right? That's what you want to do, right? And you're coming away from reacting to being local in your area, your neighborhood, maybe in your school, your vicinity. And being local with your own desires, your deep emotions, having a passion in your neighborhood, showing your passion in your neighborhood, in your area and vicinity, merging your passion, your emotions with somebody else who got the same desire within your local area neighborhood. All right. Now let me move on. North Node. Well, let me finish that. South Node, Scorpio. You also have hidden intentions, hidden agendas within your local area and neighborhood. Right, so you want to react less of that. We don't want to do that too much anymore. Now you want to react more towards. Now you want to react more towards being foreign. He don't know. He don't know. He don't know. It's his first time. Yeah, but yeah. So you want to react to foreign lands now, being stable within foreign lands. Right. Now, if you have North Node 10th house, Taurus, South Node 4th house, Scorpio, right? You want to react less. Well, let me start with the North Node. You want to react more towards being stable, having accumulating things, making sense, having things that you can see, smell, taste, touch, and hear when it comes to having your own contribution to the world, giving your own contribution to the world. Being known for something that you contributed to the world, having a reputation, having a career out of that. That's what you want to react more towards. You want to have some type of material thing that you have to contribute to the world, to have a reputation for, to have status for. Right now, you want to react less towards having your own deep emotions, deep desires, right? Hidden agendas, hidden intentions, sharing emotions with people when it comes to within your own home. That's what stagnates you. What stagnates you is that you got to progress. So you got to contribute through your own material things, accumulate your own material things. Now, if you have North Node in the 11th house, right, you want to accumulate your own material things within a collective, a group that has the same mind and goal. Well, same goal, same mind, like co-workers, right? You want to be within a group that's like coworkers, right? Now y'all have the same goal, and you are the stable one in the group, the one that have things, the one that have a lot of things, the one that's accumulating material things, the stable one, right? That's what you're reacting more towards. That's what aggresses you. Now, what stagnates you, what brings you back, is when you react more, which now you have to react less to, which is your home, family, and sharing your desires, passions, deep emotions, hidden intentions at home, within a place. It don't even have to be a home. It could be a store. It could be any place that's a building. Any place that's a building, a place, any place that's a place, right? You like to have hidden agendas, hidden intentions, hidden motives, secret agendas, sharing your desires, expressing your desires. You do all that. You're used to doing all that within a place, home, school, whatever it is, work. Not even work, not the actual work, just the building, the place. When it comes to being in a place, that's what you do. And now you want to react less towards that because that's stagnation, right? So now you want to react more towards contributing to something using your own material things that you're accumulating. Now, North Node in the 12th house, Taurus. North Node, Taurus in the 12th house. You want to accumulate material things that you can contribute to other people who's in need, who needs help, like homeless, people who's messed up, sick, people who's um even people who like to meditate, like people who like to go to the, you know, touch the high energies. You know what I'm saying? You may want to touch the high energies. But since you have Taurus there, you want to make a stable living, or you want to become stable when it comes to touching those high energies. So you want to accumulate things that can help you do that. Maybe make some money out of it. Maybe, or just accumulate things, get materials out of doing it. Out of touching high energies like meditation. Any form of meditation. Like I make music, I rap. That's a form of meditation. You know, so any form of being in a meditative state, right? And you want to get material things when it comes to giving it away. You'll probably give away your material things to other people if they need it, even if you're at a loss. It puts you at a loss, right? You want to react more towards being in your own solitude, maybe being in your own dwelling, like a room. You know what I'm saying? Just a place where you can imagine what's wrong with the world and how it needs to be healed and helped. You know what I'm saying? So you want to help homeless, people who's down on their luck, people who's maybe incarcerated, things like that. Maybe children. You know what I'm saying? And you want to be stable when it comes to that. Having material things when it comes to that. So you may physically be wanting to donate clothes to churches and stuff like that. Physically, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, it's gonna be physical. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna just sit there and imagine it. You're gonna wanna do something physical because it's Taurus. Something that really makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Now yourself know in the sixth house. So you wanna react less towards having deep emotions, hidden agendas, reactions when it comes to servicing something on a day-to-day basis, having a routine, having a daily schedule, servicing something, whether it's your parents if you're a kid, whether it's a company if you're an adult, whether it's nursing, whether it's doing some type of service work, right? Even if you're not getting paid for it, and having a daily routine and schedule behind it when it comes to your deep emotions. So it's gonna be something that you're passionate about, that you're doing some type of service work to. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you want to react less of. React more towards uh, giving people or helping people that's in need when it comes to the 12th house, which is people who the world is basically unconscious or subconscious about, which is like people who need a place to stay, like homeless, people who's incarcerated and they need letters, um, they need people to call. Let's say children who need certain things. You know what I'm saying? It could be like children and what's them joints called? Um, Damn, I don't know why it's not hitting me. foster homes, like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? People who need help. That's what you want to go more towards. And you want to have your own space, right? You probably not used to having your own space. We can imagine certain things, be in your own dreamland, right? So that's what you want to get your own space. Make sure you have your own space and you're not constantly doing things, having a routine. You want to get away from the routine, have your own space, do things on a chaotic basis. It's good for you to be chaotic, even though it's Taurus. So you also gonna make sense, but just do it on an unscheduled basis. Have your own space, peace of mind. All right. So that concludes North Node Taurus, South Node Scorpio through all the houses. Right. Remember, Taurus is stability, having things, making common sense, accumulating material things. Scorpio is deep emotions, hidden agendas, having secret feelings. You know what I mean? Cheers with somebody else, which makes it a desire, right? So you got to come away from that. You probably hold grudges too because it's Scorpio. Scorpio likes to hold on to all the deep reactions it had, positive or negative. If it's a positive deep reaction, then guess what? It's called a passion. It's called a desire. If it's a negative deep reaction, it's called hate. It's called grudges. So Scorpio likes to hold on to that, likes to be fixated on that. So if that's your self node, you want to do less of that. Now, if it's your north node Taurus likes to hold on to actually physical things, positive or negative, physical things, right? Physical material things. So that's why I like to accumulate material things, right? So now you gotta accumulate material things. That's your north node. You want to do that within whatever situation or house it's in, right? And you want to react more towards it. All right. Now this concludes it. Subscribe. DM me if you need a natal reading at Hidden Knowledge 365 on Instagram and Twitter. If you want merchandise, go to hiddenknowledge365.com. All right, this concludes that. Just hit me up. All right, y'all have a good one.